Hi, it's Sue from Kind Living, and we've got my favorite Hilary here helping me out, being a wonderful student model. Joints have ideal positions, and there's a term called centration, and what that means is that there's an ideal position for the joints to be in. For example, if we're looking at the femur or the thigh bone, we want it to be centered in the hip joint, not rubbing up against one side of the joint or another. That can precipitate early degenerative or wear and tear changes. You may often find, especially if you get tired, that you might dump into your hip. We can dump into kind of a sassy pose, but over time that's really stressful on the hip joint capsule and can create some early wear and tear changes. Not only that, but it can also lead to a dropping of the arch. So ideally we want to think about joint centration. We want to stay high in the joint, not sinking or dumping. So a couple of things that can really help. First of all, if Hilary can externally rotate that thigh, so the thigh is spinning away from the center line, that can help lift the arch. She can also root down through the big toe mound of that foot, and that will also help the arch to lift. So Hilary's just going to step back into a warrior two. And a common issue we find in warrior two quite frequently is for this collapsing in, seeing how that knee is crossing the midline. So what we want to do to help correct it is Hilary can press down through the big toe mound, and then that action of externally rotating that thigh, you can see how she can start to correct that common alignment situation. Then to help be aware of a tendency to dump into the joint, especially as you get fatigued, I'm going to have Hilary just transition into a variation of warrior three. So what can happen, and she's such a proficient practitioner, it's actually hard for her to dump, but she's going to do her best to dump so you can get the before. Collapsing in of the arch, so she can root down through the base of the big toe mound and then externally rotate. So you can see I'm helping using the strap to give you a visual. She gets higher in the joint, she corrects that collapsing of the arch, and she's not putting herself at risk for some early wear and tear changes of the hip. It's all about longevity and awareness. All of these little fine-tuning principles can help us enjoy our practice for years to come. Give it a try. Namaste.